Sometime around 2000 BC, civilization began to spread beyond Mesopotamia and Egypt to other centers that had previously been much less civilized. The advantages of social and political organization would be readily apparent to these new peoples, who would adopt the basic elements of civilization I described in an earlier lecture. Part of the reason for this expansion was trade. The Mesopotamians and Egyptians traded with their neighbors, who recognized the benefits of civilization and emulated their neighbors. At other times, civilization expanded through imperial expansion and military conquest. We first encountered the Hittites when they invaded the Old Babylonian Empire around 1600 BC, but they had lived in Anatolia for at least a century by then. These Hittites spoke an Indo-European language, unlike the Semitic languages spoken by other peoples of the Near East. Most modern European languages are derived from Indo-European. The Hittites continued to expand, reaching the height of their power in the 1300s BC when they expanded into Syria and Palestine. I've already talked about how they came into conflict with the Egyptians over these areas, ultimately resulting in the Treaty of Kadesh. This is the first time the rival civilizations had come to an agreement for coexistence. The Hittites were one of the first people to use iron for their tools, although they only used small quantities and did not develop a sophisticated large-scale production system. One of the reasons for the Hittites' military success was their use of chariots, which gave them a substantial advantage over enemy foot soldiers. In the end, after 1200 BC, the Hittite Empire collapsed into a number of smaller, independent Hittite kingdoms. Part of the reason for the collapse of centralized Hittite rule was a series of invasions from a mysterious people who came from beyond the frontiers of civilization. We don't know where they came from or what they called themselves, but the Egyptians, who suffered raids along the Nile Delta, called them the Sea Peoples. It is likely that famines forced these people from their homelands to raid these neighboring civilizations that had accumulated a surplus. Whatever their motivations, they caused a significant amount of damage and helped to overthrow a number of the empires of the eastern Mediterranean between 1250 and 1150 BC.